Atachin mising chitab kalenjin inyoru logoiwekab emet en kandoichitonget eng ketesiet nebo Kass TV en tetutiet nebo Ikweny Emet nesomanun kwane Victor Korir. Kakonde siyet serikalit neo ak nebo county nebo Nairobi kayanchinet nebo koboisien kibagenge eng kanaptaetab boisionik chebo county nebo Nairobi. Kainde siyet kayanchinonotok Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi ak Governor nebo Nairobi Johnson Sakaja en igorta nekaborionji President William Ruto en State House Nairobi. En kayanchinonotok kakinde siyet kowendi serikalit neo kotelelchin boisionik cheboto teksetab ortinwek, kayumetab takatakek, letetab beek ak kondetab taisiek en tokyinetab kekanapta bandab tai en taonitab Nairobi. Kong'ololi en igoratak komwa President William Ruto kole moibe serikali neo boisionikab county kobaten toreti kityo en ibunetab walet ak bandab tai en county nebo Nairobi.
Nairobi is not merely another devolved unit. Nairobi is our capital, the seat of the Republic, and the nerve center of national administration. It hosts diplomatic missions from across the world. It is home to 2 United Nations agencies. Nairobi is the only UN headquarters presence in the global south, and it stands as a commercial, financial, and innovation hub of our region. For many visitors and investors, Nairobi is not just the face of Kenya. Nairobi is Kenya. That standing carries a serious obligation. A capital city must work, as Governor would tell us. It must function. It must meet the highest standards of order, infrastructure, efficiency, and service delivery, not only for its 5 million residents, but also for the millions who depend on it every day. Yet, the fiscal and operational framework of county financing was not designed for a capital city of this scale and responsibility. Nairobi carries national, regional, and global obligations, but is funded largely through the same formula as other counties. This cooperation agreement focuses on 4 key work streams: water and sewerage, roads, bridges and drainage, housing and related infrastructure development, including lighting, as well as solid waste management and Nairobi rivers regeneration. On street lighting, Nairobi has about 70,000 lighting points, but only 21,000, about 30%, are fully operational today. A city of Nairobi's stature must be fully lit, fully safe, and fully functional. To address this, we are committing 3.7 billion towards street lighting modernization and expansion. Under this agreement, we will complete 10,000 and install an additional 40,000 lighting points. Because high electricity costs contribute to outages, we will transition progressively to solar solutions.
Kakomangei alak en kiboitinik ak membaek chebo kibagengetab kiboitinik chebo counties nenat ko County Workers Union ak koboiboichi tilet nekokon kapkirwok nebo Machakos nekong'at kitile lewenisietab kibagengenotok akoi kekas ak kekon tilet en kirwoket nekiib kwa kapkirwok alak en kiboitinik chotok koesio oret netetat keboisien en lewenisiet nebo kibagengenotok. Konochin Veska Kangogo neibeljingei ng'echeretab sirindet neo korirtaen icheket sirindet neo nebo nguni Robert Duba en mwaet kole kokotiem koisto en register alak en membaek che kiboitinik chebo counties chemaikochin inendet kosubet notok asimaimuch kobir kura icheket en lewenisionotok. Kinyoru report nebo Sylvester Rono.
En kasarta ne kong'ololjin sirikab logoiwek en taonit nebo Nakuru, kangotonon kapkirwok lewenisiet nebo kibagengeit nebo kiboitinik chebo serkalisiekab counties anan county worker union kobun mornok 47 en emoni konereki ichek sirindet neo nebo kibagengeit noton Robert Duba nekamwa kole kakoik inendet konokut neo en kibagengeit noton ak kailos tilet nekakon kapkirwok.
God has given us victory because we are trying to unchain ourselves from a dictatorship. We have said no democracy, no democracy, no election. So we are very glad. We have here over 150 delegates represented from all corners. And we have come here in solidarity to thank God, first of all, for giving us victory. Secondly, we want to thank the courts for redeeming our union. Comrades, power. We want to thank the judiciary for standing firmly behind the workers of County Government Workers Union and redeeming them by giving them back the power to choose their own leaders. We said it is an end of an era.
Kamwa Veska Kangogo neibeljingei ngecheret nebo sirindet neo kole koimuch koisto Duba kainenyin en register nebo membaek asi maimuch inendet kobeljigei ngecheret. Kit nekamwa kole iboru noton kandoinatet nebo kimnotet ak kamuiset.
And we want to put it very clearly. We are elected members of the branches. And today we are convened here to do a national election. It was a scam. We found that there was already a lineup. Delegates had been called. We have several aspirants.
Kates komwa ichek kole nyolu en serikali kokochi kiboitinik katiaknatet nebo kolewenjigei kandoikwak koma en chutyinet age tugul.
What we will plead and what we will ask the government and even the courts is to create an enabling environment that is going to have a free and fair elections. Because this is a situation whereby you will get that the General Secretary is the referee, the General Secretary is the captain, the General Secretary is himself a player, and the General Secretary is everything. So in such a situation, you don't expect to have a free and fair election. So
today we want to thank the delegates who stood firmly, despite being asked to report to the voting station at 3 a.m. They chose to be present to say we cannot go through an election in the darkness. We are here to fight for the rights of the workers. For the last 15 years, from 2012 or thereabout, the last person who gave our workers a functional CBA is the late Munyao, who was a general secretary.
En dilet nekokon Justice Noel Adagi kobun kapkirwok nebo Machakos ko kakon arorutiet nebo kitonon lewenisionoton ak tetat kekas kirwokonoton en tarikit 19 arawaniton bo oeng. Kongeten county nebo Nakuru, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Sylvester Rono.
Ketokchinigei county nebo Kericho kenyoru report nekaitwech kong'eten komosatak kobun sirindenyon noto ko Robert Siele ole kaibokchi biikab emet eng komosta nebo koitab Burot en Sikowet en county nebo Kericho kobeten sobet biik mut che kibwotyin kele ko chorik che koibokchi meng'indet agenge ak korebe rabisiek chemwaat kele koinemu en benki anan koinemu en benki agenge nemiten Moroni. Angoni kenyoru ng'alalet noto bo OCPD nebo Sikowet en county noto kotinygei ak yautyo noto. Report ko nebo Robert Siele.
Iko ndio mjue these guys are not very good people. They have 2 number plates. Yenye walikuwa nayo huko Moroni ndio hii. Another one has been recovered from the vehicle which has been vandalized. So hii ni kazi yao walikuwa wakifanya. This one ni toy pistol.
Kimwach kele noto ko report neter kobun county nebo Kericho kobaten kitestai ketieme kenyoru report nenin netinyegei ak kabokchino noto bo biik chekibwotyin ko chorik ole kakolumda emetab Kenya kibagengeit nebo National Carbon Registry ko oret agenge nebo kikimit kosibet ak chikiletab kelchinoik chenotin ko carbon credits chenyoru biik cheboto kabatik kobun mung'aret nebo carbon trading. Kama Minister nebo itonwekab emet Dr. Deborah Barasa kole iityin komonut emetab Kenya kakwoutiet noto kosubkei ak netoreti en ribetab itonwekab emet. Kakoik netai emetab Kenya kotok kibagenge neu notok en Afrika komugul.
It is a landmark achievement in Kenya's climate governance framework and a significant step in strengthening our participation in the international carbon markets. Today's event underscores the government of Kenya's commitment to establishing transparent, credible, and accountable systems that enable our country to fully harness opportunities presented under Article 6 of the Paris Agreement while safeguarding national interests and advancing sustainable development. Communities at the front line of conservation often receive little, while the true value of our hewa can leaked away through opaque admissions. We were often asked, is this carbon credit real? Does the government back it? Without a registry, we were wealthy in asset, but poor in proof. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey to this podium did not begin yesterday. It was anchored in the bold vision of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, and the transformative amendments of the Climate Change Act in 2023. We did more than pass a law. We built an enabling system, one that centers integrity, national oversight, and mandatory benefit sharing with communities aligned to the better agenda.
We want to build an industry that fuels growth across every sector. Secondly, we want to position Kenya as a premier investment destination. Third, we want to ensure every Kenyan carbon credit is synonymous with the highest global quality. And number 4, empowering the private sector and our communities. Number 5, we want to deliver the tangible local benefits. And lastly, we want to align every credit with our NDC targets. And that is what some of the project developers also pocket, that we have our NDC to govern as a kind. We did submit our NDC submitted by the Cabinet Secretary of 30th of April 2025. And their targets are that must be commitment, the commitment that the Kenyan government undertook. Our collective responsibility is to ensure that this carbon market investment deliver real benefits to the commitments, and I encourage all project developers and investors to prepare the digital transformation and partner closely with the other governments.
Carbon credits have to be reinvested in the communities. Otherwise, what is the goal and the objectives? It's supposed to give solutions to the communities. So I think with this registry, we go a long way in re-establishing credibility, confidence, transparency, and finally trust in the Kenya National Park.
Awakewektage county nebo Kericho kenyorun ng'alalet nebo CPD nebo sikowet soin ng'olole kotinygei ak kabokyinet nekabokyi biikab emet biik 5 eng komosta nebo koitab Buroten sikowet soin, choto ko biik chekibwotyin ko chorik chekaibokyi ak koreben rabinik mengindet agenge nekamwaat kele kainem rabinik eng benkit agenge nemiten Moroni.
Amjambo. Kwanza ni kuwajulisha, mimi naitwa Lawrence Kisini. Kisini ni OCPD ya Soini Sub-County. Nikiwa hapa kwa kuwa tumepata habari kuanzia saa 5. Iko wauni walikuwa wametoka upande ya Moroni ini Nyanza County. I mean ni Moroni ni Nyanza region. Then wakajaribu kutorokea upande ya Kericho County mpaka hapa mahali tuko Koitaborot. Sisi Koitaborot. So na wananchi walijaribu kuwafuata, kuwakimbiza, na ilikuwa mwendo wa saa 5 in the morning. After one Richard Bala from Chemelil, alikuwa ametoka Kenya Commercial Bank pale Muoroni, akatoa pesa takriban 1.1 million na akaweka kwa laptop bag. Alikuwa amebebwa na mwananchi mwingine ya bodaboda na kabla hawajafuka upande ya Kericho wakazuiwa na gari aina ni premium. Registration number ni hii mmeona hapa, KDW 721H, na wakafuka wakielekea upande ya West Valley Factory, Sugar Factory, ndio wakafika hapa kwa Itabu Road. Tunashukuru wananchi wamekuwa very proactive. They intercepted the vehicle, and along the way washukiwa watatu wakauawa in different location, na wengine wawili wakauliwa in another different location. Imebidi tukatafuta binu ya kufika hapa, na tumechukua hizo miili yote. Ile confirmed dead ni 5, na already tuko na hao watapelekwa Kericho morgue. Huyu Richard Bala ni treasurer ya Mashambani Cooperative Society within Chemelil, na ile habari tunapata alikuwa ametoa hiyo pesa apelekee farmers, wakulima, and somehow somewhere we believe iko watu walikuwa wanafuata yeye na walipasha au wauni hiyo habari. Cha muhimu ni kwamba we believe hii watu 5 walikuwa kwa ile group ilikuwa inahangaisha watu wakati wa Krismasi. We've been trailing them from last year December. Hii watu wamekuwa wakihangaisha watu along Kisumu Kericho Road, wanakuja wanapitia upande ile nyingine Kapsoit, wanakuja wanatokelezea Muhoroni. Lakini si wanasema Waswahili siku za mwizi ni ngapi? 40. Naona siku za hao wakora zilitimia leo. Changu ni kuwashukuru wananchi, na muendelee kushirikiana na polisi, mtupashe habari, muendelee kushirikiana na all stakeholders kwa maneno ya usalama, because tunasema usalama inaanza na nani? Inaanza na wewe.
Ay ngasarta nechopchingei kabatik kolset kakobit kurset en ichek koribengei biik chetieme koberber kwoldochi ichek katoldoleiwek ak tuguk alak chebo kabatisiet chemoityin magutik. Kakisom kora kabatik koker ole kaboisien icheket kora chokosiek chemiten kokwotinwek en nyorunetab mbolea cheititootin. Kinyoru report nebo Isaac Kogewenten County nebo Uasin Gishu.
Kongololi keteshoni kuma director nebo administration and planning kubun department nebo agriculture en county nebo Uasin Gishu Joel Ruto kole tinye tetutik chemiachen kou serikalitab county nebo Uasin Gishu en kabatik kasarta noton nechopchingei kolset nebo kakoitoetab katoldoleiwek anan fertilizer kubun chokesiek chotok chebo kokwotinwek.
Those stores ko kororon cooperatives lakini maete kora mkulima agenge kwal fertilizer amu we have a working relationship MOU with National Children Abroad Sport. So mayatat ibigen ko mkulima agenge. Sikotoret mkulima ngalekab konyumnyumchi amu transport akine ko a problem. So kotoreti wakulima in the last mile stores. Right now akot nguno lokomisiet kidogo nebo Keses Townit ko kitinye nguno receive irani lori ni kangwan, that is about 2,800 bags of blanding fertilizer.
Ilosu Ruto serikalitab emoni kubun ministry noton nebo kabatisiet nekoiyokto katoldoleiwek cheyome koityi chokesiek chotok chebo NCBB nemwoe kole wendi nito konyumnyumchin kabatik nyorunetab mbolea.
Tep netai ko serikali komi macho kabisa amu ngileni kero national government through Ministry of Interior ko wako macho amu ndagomba ko macho ndagomba kename mogora kyameche konget ko blend fertilizer. So ameche alechi kongoi serikali kuu amu kokilgei kabisa. Serikalitab His Excellency the President ko kikomang kabisa strongly kole meche kosapoten mkulima. Kiyan His Excellency kole kisubsidize in production and ngesubsidize in production kobitu kabisa we shall have a fourfold production. And in that case, konyo beitab maisha.
Kosubkei County Commissioner nebo Uasin Gishu Dr. Edison Nyale kokonam biik chesire 7 chotok chikotinygei ak buruketab katoldoleiwek eng komasta nebo Nairobi nemwoe kole nyolu eng biikab emet kong'ong biik cheu chotok ako nyolu kora kuribegei biik chotok cheimuchi koberber icheket.
Wale ambao wanaiba lori nzima kama hii wanaenda kubadilisha, wanaenda kuichoma tena na chemical, inakuwa DAP. Hii inakuwa DAP ama inaweka mfuko mwingine na mnauzua nyinyi kwa bei kali. Hiyo imefanyika huko sehemu za Nairobi. Asubuhi tumeenda huko mifuko 750 imeenda imevalishwa nguo nyingine, imewekwa DAP juu. Saa hii uchunguzi unaendelea. Tumeshika watu 7 saa hii. Tumeshika watu 7 tumewashika saa hii. Ili wewe ungenunua mbolea ambayo ni gushi ama ni ile lakini imewekwa DAP na OCP. Kwa hivyo kazi inaendelea vizuri na tuko macho. Wakaji wa hapa wateleze tu mfuko mmoja. Tunakuja hapa. Mfuko mmoja tu peke yake unatuleta hapa. Na mfuko mmoja peke yake atupeleka sisi sote nyumbani.
Kong'etikei taonitab Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Akakomongei MCA nekikitororen county nebo Nakuru Lea Serem akochupto ng'alalutik chebo alak eng kandoik chekamwa ine kole kotestai koleta ng'alek chebo sasisiet kotokyin inendet kosubkei ak nekokobarasta kole wendi kosom ng'echeret nebo Women Rep en county nebo Nakuru elewenisiet neo 2027. Kotiengei Serem kotindoi imanda chi agetugul nebo kosom ng'echeret agetugul en emoni ako mamiten amune sikotiam alak en kandoik kong'emchi inendet kainet. Kamwa nitok Serem en komostab Kirenget en Kuresoi South ole kakimit mwaet kole mawekse let en magenyin ak mising kosom konde koyai bolotet en oret nebo tekisto ak kalyet.
Ako ye kakityach kele ng'echerok ko kakisomot ko mami ng'echeretab chi. Ng'echeret netinye chi tugul ne neng'ung nemechomdoi ko nomi gaa. Ko ma iye tinye chito nomi gaa. Lakini mangotwage chito kole amosom ng'echeret kechafuan chito kot ko makotogu chito. Ama amwochi ra bichon chafuani obo somok konai kole mami lakwet nebo moet ak nebo batai. Kikisichech tugul kekerkeitu. Akot ane a mwanasiasa kou yo mwanasiasa mama county. Makele kechubo somok amu mara kong'et. Makele kechub age nemoe kong'et. Akot chepyosochu ko mara komi neng'ete akichek. Ko makile karon kechub ongetekiskei. Ongenai kele siasa komi ra karon ko mami. Ako maalo siche kura noton anabuti. Lakini nimeton inye awo hali asieku chepkosironik. Ani nalabat amosich omete komosich kwane.
Makiyoni ng'alechon ako chamdaat en nini nebo Kenya kosom chi tugul kura en ele miten. Mami chito nekeete kelelele manyolu konyo kosom en kuraisiek. Makiyoni kou kit neu ko makiyoni ng'olionde non kemwa.
Ako Baba County kuwa na heshima kidogo. Torete kabisa kuwa na heshima dadi. Tuite majina zetu. Makiyoni kabisa ng'olionde nono. Kuwa na heshima dadi.
Wani ae chepyoso mwenzako. Oko Mama County ko ki mama nekinenyona. O mama nekiyumech o kinete. O taku nenyonis kora. Ko inye ko i baba nenyona. Ara ng'alal kou noni ko taku kanyot ko taku kesa Kiptoik. O inye kero kenyisiek chechang nia kesome kura kelyon ng'echerochu ko chechok tugul. Ainis kimi lain ak echek mi ulokyok somanote. Kinyokosome ak echek ng'echerok. Ng'echerani ko kinakta koburen age. Ko mami ng'echeretab chi. Ng'echeret ne neng'ung ko non kibiren bii en gaa. Ko neng'ung no manyokitutu nono. Lakini ni ko kot keng'oa.
Okasara komie tomo amwa. Asome ng'echeretab Women Rep kou asome kwonyik alak tugul. Ko murenik yon achubisiei abwan ak kesom nebo Women Rep tugul kotomo akongetekiskei. Chon kibare forever milele ko moboisie siasa.
Kakokon somet Bishop nebo kanisitab AIC Nandi Area Moses Serem en serikali koityi komonut biik chetestai kobune koimutik chebo rorunetab amitwogik ak beek en komoswek cheterter mising olebo North Eastern. Kamwa Bishop Serem kole nyolu en serikali kotaban rabinik chetesotin Chekitoreten meng'ikab komosata komoswek alak chebo emoni chekomuch konenet rubet ak kemeut kila kenyit. Report ko nebo Cornelius Keter.
Kong'ololi eng sukulitab Kaptich Primary nemitei eng kot neing'ate ng'atutik nebo Mosop komwa Bishop nebo kanisetab AIC Nandi area Moses Serem kole chang biik chebune kaimutik eng kebeberwek cheterter chebo emoni cheboto rerunetab amitwogik ak beek mising ko eng komasta nebo North Eastern ole mache serikali kokushi kong eng kimnatet.
Ningependa nitoe wito kwa watu hata katika nchi yetu. Tuna sehemu ambao wakati huu tunaona kwamba wana changamoto kubwa sana ya njaa kule North Eastern. Mambo ya njaa ni reality na ni jambo ambalo linakuza maisha, na ni vyema tuwe na watu ambao wataguswa katika mioyo yao pia wajali jamii. Ningependa nitoe wito wangu sio tu kwa Wakristo. Jambo hili la kusaidiana aliendi na dini. Ni vyema sana tukijali wenzetu hata kule North Eastern, tuone kwamba tunawafikia na kuwasaidia katika hali ngumu ambao wanapitia. Hapa Nandi nataka nimshukuru Mungu ya kwamba makanisa mbalimbali na familia mbalimbali walijitoa. Hata tulipoenda nyumba kwa nyumba kuomba vyakula, hatujapata tu kwa watu ambao ni Wakristo, lakini kuna watu wengi ambao walijitoa kuwa na moyo wa huruma. Na hilo ndio wito wangu kwa kila mmoja wetu, kwamba tujali wenzetu ambao wanapitia hali ya changa la njaa wakati huu, ili nao pia wapate kuwa na maisha mazuri.
Kamwa Bishop Serem kole ngaigilige serikali kotoret biik chemenye kebeberwek chenootin koneneti kemeut neo konyolu kotakecheng ak kinde kakwautik chekimen chetokyingei kiit let rerunetab amitwogik ak beek eng komoswek chotok. Ng'alek chekarobe eut Peter CTNA.
Nitoe wito kwa serikali, imejaribu kiwango kikubwa sana kwa kusaidia watu ambao wanapitia janga la njaa. Tukiwa na mbinu ambazo zinaweza zikaandaliwa ili fedha zaidi iongezwe ili watu wao wafikiwe, itakuwa ni jambo la maana sana na litasaidia kuokoa maisha ya watu. Tunashukuru kwa kiwango kikubwa ambao serikali imejaribu, na ni ombi letu kama viongozi wa kanisa ya kwamba tukiwa na njia ambazo zinaweza zikatumiwa ili fedha zaidi ipatikane, itakuwa ni jambo la maana sana na tukao tumeokoa maisha ya binadamu.
Changamoto ya njaa katika North Eastern, pengine Ukambani, pengine Rift Valley huko juu Turkana. Sisi wote kama Wakenya, kama tunapendana, pale ndani pia kuna watoto ambao kuna mahitaji maalum. Tuhakikishe kwamba wale pia wanafikiwa.
Kong'ete taunetab Kapsabet eng kaunti nebo Nandi, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Cornelius Keter.
Ako kotestai kobit muswoknotosiek cheterter chebo AI en betusiekab konekit mising ko tokyingei koib walet ak kanyumnyumetab mung'arosiek en oret neterter. Nebo konekit mising ko muswoknotet nenaat ko Ikweny nekoimong kampunit agenge nenaat ko Fastaga netoreti chemung'arainik konyor naet akobo atebosiek koboto magutikab customers chekwak en nyumnyumindo kobun chikiletab statements chebo M-Pesa. Kotiengei CEO nebo Fastaga Mutembi Kariuki kokomuch konyor mung'arosiek anan konyor icheket mung'arosiek 3,500 chekosirgei kobor maget nebo koboisie muswoknotet nebo Ikweny. Olnoto koboru maget neo nebo AI en emetab Kenya.
For most people in this continent, the mobile phone was the first compute unit they had access to. The mobile phone is the primary device where everything is done. Most of the mobile devices that you have here, they do not have as much compute. Maybe 4 GB RAM, limited storage space. Most entrepreneurs here are fighting fires every other single day. And so the question for us is like, how do we empower them with tools to help them reduce the load, but also help them to be more efficient?
So my then boyfriend would ask, what should I do to like soften my beard? Like when I went to the shops, there was nothing. We started with one product, and then since then we've grown into a full product line.
Hairstyling has been there in my family for quite a minute. When I was growing up, my mom was a hairstylist. My aunties were hairstylists. We've had this salon for exactly 4 years. I can say everything was being written down on paper. Digital is the future, and it is inevitable.
Fastaga is an edge AI intelligence company. Currently on Microsoft, we use the Azure Kubernetes service. That's where all our cloud infrastructure normally sits.
We are able to use the data from Ikweny to actually strategize on our social media marketing. We actually get to know which days are busier, which hours are more busy.
And this process basically happens whereby we take their mobile money statements or their transaction data and give them a sense of business intelligence or business assistance.
We started using only end of 2023. You're able to track your even expenditure. You're able to track your inventory. You're able to make decisions on how to do your online ads. You'll create employment. You'll be able to be efficient and reduce waste. Because if a product is not working, you have to stop it because the numbers would lie. The numbers are there. You're not guessing or seeing, you're knowing.
We act local, but think global. Our vision is to be Africa's largest technological export. What can we bring to the global world in terms of rethinking about compute or thinking about machine learning models? What is it about low constraint environments that fundamentally we can teach the world about?
Chitab Kalenjin noto kokokesunet nebo tetutiet nebo Ikweny Emet kebeberta nebo logoiwekab emet nekosomanun kone Victor Korir amun kembout nekararan.
Revisha ushinde! Open and save in your KCB Gold Savings Account for a chance to win many prizes. KCB, for people, for better.